Hey everybody, my name is Kristina Delgado, and what an honor it is to be training on product launches in the Beachbody Champions page. So let me just get this out of the way. Today is December 27th, and I am actually not sitting in my office at home. I am in Costa Rica celebrating my 16th wedding anniversary to my hubby Danny with our kids and my parents. And just, it's like a pinch me moment for us that we're able to do that because of this opportunity and the freedom that coaching has allotted us. So I just wanted to tell you that I'm really excited. But when they came to me and said, hey, can you do a training on how to launch 2 programs at once right before Christmas, right before all of our holiday parties, right before the trip that we were currently on, I had to jump at the opportunity because I love product launches. A little bit about me. I've been a coach now for almost 10 years. In 2020, I will celebrate my 10-year anniversary as a coach. I was a lawyer before Beachbody and also during Beachbody. So for those of you that are building a business while working a very demanding full-time job and raising kids, I've been there, I've done that, but I sacrificed and I hustled hard. And actually, it was a product launch in 2014. Some of you might know it as the 21-day fix that completely changed my business. It went from a business that was growing to a booming business after the launch of the 21-day fix. And so based on that experience and going forward through all the subsequent launches that Beachbody has given us, which is so exciting to me. I think we have the most dynamic business ever. I've learned a few things. And now we have this very unique situation where we have these 2 programs in essence coming out at the same time. Let's not forget, this isn't the first time this has happened because last year, last year, right? What year are we in? 2019. In 2018, we had Mes de Más launch at the same time as Lift 4. And we learned a lot about that and how to improve on that. And so I want to share with you my tips on what I've done in my personal business to simultaneously launch bar and 6 weeks of the work / 4 weeks of the prep, which is about to come out and release on Beachbody on Demand, so that I can have success in my personal business. And then also what we're doing as a team, right? What Diesel Nation is doing and the different things that I've created or our team has created in order to have both of these programs successfully launch so that we can capitalize on all the excitement. But before I get into how to do 2 at once, let's talk about how I feel you should do 1 product launch, right? So going forward, you guys, everything that I'm going to tell you today is going to apply to all the program launches that we have in 2020, starting with 10 rounds, which is coming out in March / April, right? And then for sure, we're going to have something coming out at Summit. And then for sure, we're going to have something coming out in the fall, which we always do. So pay attention, because this whole presentation that I have for you today is going to really, really be helpful for you, not only now, but going forward. And I want you to start thinking like a CEO as we move through this next year and get in front of the program launches. You don't want to wait till the day or the day before VIP early access begins to figure out everything that's going on with this program. Who's the trainer? What's the program about? I want you to start this process a month, even more than that, so that not only are you prepared, but your team is prepared. And remember, speed of the leader, speed of the pack. What you know is what you're going to translate to your team. And so if you're behind the game when it comes to product launches, you better believe so your team will too, right? Because you're the leader and you need to set the pace and the tone for everything in your business. So I feel that there's 3 components to a successful launch of any product and any fitness program. Today we're going to talk about fitness programs, right? Because we got bar and we have 4 weeks of the prep as well as 6 weeks of the work. So the first component to any successful launch is going to be you. You, not your team, not social media, not your customers, it's you. and it's your commitment to the program, right? Right now we're just talking about one program, not two and not three, just one program. You've got to make the commitment. You've got to get excited. You have to show up. You have to do the program start to finish. You have to follow your nutrition plan, and you have to get results. And not only physical results, but I want you to document and share the emotional, the spiritual. I mean, because I've already done a few workouts of bar, and I feel like I'm going to go on a spiritual transformation with Elise. I don't know about you. She's amazing. But there's a lot of things that happen when you commit to a program. And that's your responsibility to transmit onto social media and into your personal success with any of our programs. So that's number one. It's what are you doing, right? What's your commitment? And I will tell you that whenever I have made a big commitment to a program where I make it my job to get results, my business feels the very positive impact on that. I mean, I could think back to my commitment to P90X2 way back when I did the 21-day fix and went all in on the nutrition plan and the program and got insane results. How about 80-day obsession? That program and that test group and that time nutrition changed my life and helped my business grow in 2018 and in 2017. Like, don't take this commitment lightly. So pick the program that you're going to do and make that commitment to go all in and have that result and that transformation that you can share as a story about how these products can change your life. That's number one. Number two, in any product launch is your team. I say this over and over again. My team knows this. When I was on the coach advisory board, I mean, when we were talking about 80-day obsession, my whole thing was our teams, our coaches, our discount coaches, our hobby coaches, our business building coaches, our coaches are our best customers. They are. So in my mind, when I look at a launch that's coming, I'm thinking about me and the team. Right? How can I get them excited about this? How can I educate them so well on a program and what is coming that they feel compelled to do this with me? Right? I host a call on or two or three on any particular launch. I create what I call a launch plan. And you know what, you guys, this is not difficult things because Beachbody has done such an incredible job at giving us all the information that we need to launch these programs, and they're doing it like they just keep getting better and better. So like now I look at my launch plans that my team helps me put together, and it's really all the things that Beachbody provides to us in our coach online office and in the Beachbody Champions page and the roundtable for the leaders. It's nothing scientific or nothing special that I do. I do a few things that I'm going to share with you guys that I think helps in getting that FOMO and getting that excitement. But really a launch plan is basically you educating your team on what the program is, what are the offers, giving them the videos that are provided by Beachbody, which, by the way, can we give it up to the production team on the promo videos right now? I am all about promo videos. I want to talk to you about that in just a second. But they're amazing. Like when I saw the 6 weeks of the work promo video, I just about drooled. Like it is so good. It makes you want to do it. Anyway, we'll get back to that in just a second. But those launch plans are key, and you just keep updating them and making sure you're keeping your coaches apprised of any updates that are going in. I put in that the images of the challenge packs, right? The completion packs and the challenge packs that are available so that everyone has a place to go to when they need a question answered about bar, or they need an image to share with a customer or a video to share with a customer. One place, they go there, they grab it, and they share that with your team. It is a team document, and that happens with every single program that is released. And you guys, it is just about getting excitement through a program. So a few things that I do is And I think this isn't anything new, but when a program goes up for sale, we'll create an image, we'll do a ring the bell. You know, every time you either sell one or sponsor a new coach or purchase it yourself, drop a GIF or GIF, I never know how to say that, just so that it's fun and exciting. We also create, it's a template that we use for our Instagram stories. And I have my graphics guy do it for me just because I'm really bad at graphics and he's so much better. But it says, like, for instance, for bar blends, it said, meet me at the bar in January. And then it allows every coach and every customer to input their picture onto this template. And then we share all of them with our images on a thread in our team page. And then, like, every so often, I will go in there and I'll save, 10 of them or 12 of them, and I'll just put them up on my IG stories. And then the last one is an empty one that says, I want you here. That has proven itself to create so much FOMO on Instagram stories that people want to join us, right? Because they see all of these people committing, and they're our team. Some of them are customers, but most of them, it's our team's commitment to this program. So we do that for every single program that releases. You saw it for 6 weeks of the work. For Bar Blend, it's going to happen every single time because it works. I think creating that excitement, that fear of missing out on this opportunity is something that you need to capitalize on for every single launch. And that is extremely helpful. And then the third part, right? So let's go back, let's rewind. First is you and your commitment. 2, it's your team, right? And how you can create that excitement for them to do this program. And then third, that's your future customers and your future coaches to commit to this program. Now, this involves a lot of social media, which I kind of touched on some of the tactics that we used. But do you see the hierarchy here? First is you, then it's your team, then it's your future customers. You can't get to getting anyone excited about a new program unless the first 2 happen, right? So make sure that that's in line and you're setting yourself and your team up for success so that you can attract new customers and new coaches to join you. So some of the things that I do is obviously those templates that I share constantly on my social media. I talk a lot about every single program that comes out, and clearly I have a lot of energy behind it. But one thing that has, for me, and I ain't gonna fix it if it ain't broken, but it's using those promo videos that Beachbody shares with us on each program. Bar, 6 weeks of the work, I mean, all of them, they are phenomenal. Now, the $1 million question that I get is, how do you make them play on your Instagram stories? So first and foremost, I got to give it up to my graphics guy, Marco, who does create these for me now. But the ghetto-fied way of making it happen is you go to Vimeo or to the link that Beachbody provides, and you screen record the video onto your phone. iPhone has a built-in screen record. And you guys just Google this. Just Google it. You'll be able to figure this out if you just Google, how do you screen record a video on my iPhone? If you have a Samsung, I don't know why you would have a Samsung, but if you have a Samsung, that's a knock to my sister who has a Samsung, then you'll have to probably download an app that allows you to screen grab and screen record videos. After you screen record it, edit it down, throw it up into your stories, and do a poll, do a drop your email here. If you have 10,000 followers, do a swipe up with your form. Whatever it is, use the promo videos on your Instagram stories, the ones that are a minute long. You guys, I am telling you, they're so good. Every time I watch it, I want to do the program. So imagine what you are doing by showcasing that on your social media, on your stories. And then it's basically promoting the program through your emotional transformation stories of commitments to other programs, of your customers and coaches' commitments to other programs, giving them the opportunity to decide to commit themselves, right? That's the easy part. You're just selling yourself in order to attract other people, but just have fun with it and just push that energy into it. I promise you it will pay off, right? So those are the 3 things that I wanted to talk about launching one. Now, what happens when we have this dual launch, right? Right now we have 4 weeks of the prep plus bar blend literally coming out at the same time. First and foremost, take a deep breath. Exhale. It'll be okay. We can freaking do this. And I titled this whole presentation as Go with the Flow because I want you to relax. I don't want you to be tense about it, but I do want you to focus on these programs. I always find it very silly and interesting when we have this excitement behind a new program and then someone else does something else, does another program, right? Like goes and starts promoting P90X, for instance, that's, you know, old and dated and people want new. I've always found in the last 10 years that people want new. They want new. I want new. Every time I get something new pair of pants, new pair of shoes, new pair of everything. It's exciting. So go with the flow. Stay in line with our release schedule. Don't go against it. Don't swim against the current, swim with it. Now, when we're talking about launching 2 programs, the first thing you're going to do is decide which one you're going to do first. You're going to do both, I hope, but you're going to pick one to do first. And be honest and transparent about your decision. Why do you want to do this program right now? Why have you decided to do 6 weeks of the work versus bar right now? Tell your audience this. Share it on your Instagram stories. For me, after this, and this is my story that I've been sharing consistently ever since this double launch started coming into play, right? When 6 weeks of the work launched and then you had bar coming out, I started talking about, number 1, why I was going to do 6 weeks of the work, because I needed a challenge. I needed to get back in line with my nutrition. And then why I am transitioning to bar blend, because my body needs a break and it needs to flow and it needs to move and it needs to stretch, right? Even though I was hesitant about bar blend, when I did the sample workout, which is something that I need everybody to do, is to do the sample workouts and to share them, both 4 weeks of the prep and bar blend and 6 weeks of the work. You guys do them, share that link, ask people for their emails or send those links through your DMs. I mean, get those links out there because it works, because I mean, they're amazing. Again, just like the promo videos, get those sample workout links out there, right? You want to commit to one program, but you want to share transparency and truth about why it is that you are doing one or the other, right? That is very important for me. You know, 100% transparent here, which is something that I always am. I wasn't overly excited when they announced bar. I know that the network has been waiting for it. And yes, I am a dancer. I danced ballet for many years. I cheered for many years. But in my mind, I had always said, well, in January, you want to go hard on your fitness, right? You want to get insane results. I think back to 80 Day Obsession and how great that was for the network. And I was like, they should have flipped it. I even remember telling people that, I wish Beachbody would have flipped the launches and put 6 weeks of the work in January and bar in the fall. But you know what, you guys? It all works out, because once you do that sample workout with Elise, you're just like, it all makes sense. We have gone hard in our fitness all year. If you started with Transform 20, which I did, then followed by the real-time 21-day fix Extreme, followed by Morning Meltdown 100 and 6 weeks of the work, like, I feel like our bodies needed bar blend at this time, and I've been sharing about that. And it's really resonating with people. And in addition, what you don't want to do is to niche yourself out of a program, right? By saying, oh, I'll never do bar. Believe it or not, you guys, you will be surprised how many people want to do this program if only you would talk about it. There's a lot of interest in this program. People that I would have never thought wanted to do a Beachbody program are interested in bar. I see my fellow ballet dancers that I used to dance on the street, and I'm like, did you hear? They're like, yes, I heard, and I'm in. I know so-and-so coach, and I'm going to start in January. I'm like, yes, right? Because there's a lot of people out there that don't necessarily want that hardcore fitness, vice versa. So talk about both, because it's really been eye-opening to me that you shouldn't just pick one and stick to it, right? You gotta talk about both. You gotta commit to one and share why you're committing to that one at this time. Don't be exclusive. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. Be honest about the programs. Explain that these are niche programs, right? One is a low impact but can be very high intensity program, that's bar. And then you have 6 weeks of the work with the precursor, the prequel, 4 weeks of the prep that really is a preparation for a very intense, physically demanding program. This isn't a morning meltdown or a 21-day fix or even an 80-day obsession that I believe everybody was interested in, right? Like across the board, you can sell the 21-day fix to pretty much anyone, right? These programs, because they are niche-y, you want to talk about both. Okay, have I like completely killed the dead horse with talking about both on your Instagram stories and your social media? You've got to do it. It's like ice cream, right? Think about ice cream. I like vanilla. My sister likes chocolate. But if I only talked about vanilla, I would be missing out on the people that like chocolate, right? Same thing, same concept here. All right, let's move on. Now you're doing 2 programs and you've got a team to lead. We've already talked about what you do individually to attract new customers. Let's talk about your team. First and foremost, and this is going to be a little bit repetitive about what I talked about at the beginning of the call, which is educate them. Educate them and be honest about the journey of the 2 programs and how they are different. It is important that you do not just put weight on one program and ignore the other. You've got to give your team options, you guys. Everybody is different. And I realized that when we had the overlap of Morning Meltdown 100 with the launch of 6 weeks of the work. You guys, if my sister and I hadn't thrown our excitement behind 6 weeks of the work when it was about to launch while still doing Morning Meltdown, we would have like missed out on amazing opportunity for people that were waiting for a new program, that weren't doing Morning Meltdown, that were just waiting for this. And so what we did is we created this test group experience on Facebook for those people, and that group continued to grow and evolve as other coaches and customers were finishing Morning Meltdown. So you want to create this like fluid environment, especially when you have these 2 programs, because not everybody is cut from the same mold and people are going to want to do different things, okay? Second, use the materials that Beachbody has provided because they're amazing. I already told you I create a launch plan. So you want to have a launch plan for all your programs with all the materials loaded in there so your coaches can have a place to go to get everything. What we're doing for this time of the year where we have these 2 programs is we're creating a group. The group actually existed because it was the 6 weeks of the work group, but we are rebranding that Facebook group to a 6 weeks of the work versus bar blend competition test group experience that's going to start in January. And you can either start with 4 weeks of the prep if you're new to 6 weeks of the work, or you can go straight into the program, or we're going to have a whole segment of our team doing bar blend, and we're going to run them simultaneously in one group. And the purpose of this, number one, is to showcase both programs to everyone in the group, and the experiences that, so that when everybody is done with their first program, they swap. And the 6 weeks of the work people will start doing bar will start doing 6 weeks of the work. And that has been a game changer for us because it really has, number one, created a fun environment for both of these programs to live in one group together. And number two, and I think this is very important, especially if you're leading your team, creating a group like this for your team alleviates the burden of especially new coaches who are just getting like their businesses going, about starting their own groups in this very weird time for them. It's not weird for me to have all these launches happening, but if you're coming into the environment of Beachbody right now and there's like all of this happening at once, it could be a little bit, I hate to use the word, but it could be a little bit overwhelming for a new coach. So if you as the leader create this environment for them where they can plug in their coaches and their customers, it's going to create awesome support for their people and alleviate that burden for them. I'm not saying that they don't participate, but it alleviates the burden. Now, our team, you know, we have a lot of organizations within Diesel Nation. There's a lot of other groups that they're hosting. We have a lot of coaches that are really into bar, and they're going to be hosting their own groups. But I felt as the leader of the team that if I could create, and my sister and I could create one kind of home base for both programs, that this would really help. Number one, us develop important transformation pictures at the beginning of the year, but also alleviate the burden for our new coaches to have a successful launch themselves. Okay, I think, excuse me, let me take a sip of water, look over my notes because I think I'm almost done. Okay, and then the last thing I will say that this really helped me with 6 weeks of the work, which I'm going to repeat now for our competition group, bar versus 6 weeks, is once the group starts heating up, any of your groups, whether it's on the My Challenge Tracker app or on Facebook. Now we have bod groups coming out in the next couple, rolling out in the next couple of months, which is going to change this whole dynamic of how we host our groups. But for right now, wherever your groups are, it's fine. But as they start heating up for the new year, right? And this is where we're at. It's December 27th. It's weird because it's not December 27th right now. It's December 18th right now. But for you, it's December 27th. That you're showing on your social media what's happening inside the group. Now, you can record it with your phone, right? On your computer. You can, now you know how to screen record. So screen record what's happening in the group. Share what people are saying. Like one time with 6 weeks of the work, I asked in a thread, give me a 1-minute clip about how this program is changing your life or what you love about the program. And then I would show all of that on my social media, and people they had a bird's eye view of what was happening into the group with the program. So I just asked in our leadership thread, and I'm just throwing all this at you guys because I want you to know like how I think about these launches. I asked our leaders, I said, okay, who's doing bar, who's doing 6 weeks of the work, and who can go live in our group, in our page to say why you're doing it. Can anyone like figure out why I've done that? Number one, it's to get the people in the group excited about whatever program they're choosing, but so that I can share on my social media, and so all of our team can share on their social media why one person's doing one program versus another. So it creates this like fun, competitive environment with these two programs launching at the same time. You guys, I'm pretty much done. All I wanted to say is breathe, go with the flow. This is not a stressful time. It's a fun time. The most important thing is your commitment and that you're having fun with this and that you're sharing your stories, which is the backbone of our business anyway. So let's kick off these two programs with a bang. Whatever program you choose, I want you to drop it below. What are you doing, right? Are you doing bar? I'm going to do bar. And let's share each other's results when we do bar. If you're doing 6 weeks of the work, regardless of what program you choose, crush it. Because the success that you have with this program that you're about to start in January will set the tone for your business this year. I'm telling you, that is scientific for sure. That absolutely is proven that your results at the beginning of the year are critical for the tone that you set for your business. I want you to set big goals. I want you to use this information to crush those big goals with every launch that we have, because in just a few months we're launching 10 rounds, and that's going to be a lot of fun. You guys have a very happy new year. I love you. Thank you for having me, and I hope this was very helpful and that we have a successful launch. Talk to you guys.